Hey everybody, Mark Burgess here, Big East Bass Fishing, and today I thought would be a great time to bring you a video on tackle management. I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but I'm going to go into more depth about the process that I was taught and learned and continue to this day. Every year about this time, we're in early January, I go through all my tackle. I mean all of it. All the tackle I carry in the boat, the truck, in my boat barn here. That could apply to you as well, in your tackle bags, in your garage, in your basement, wherever you store your tackle. And if you've been at this for a while, like I have, you accumulate a lot of tackle. So in managing that tackle, it's very important because it keeps you in touch with what you have. Some things you might even forget you've had, and you don't want to do that when bass fishing season is short, especially up here in the Northeast. So you want to make sure that you're not overlooking anything. Okay, so essentially what I do is I take all my tackle and I divide it into three categories, okay, or three buckets, three piles, however you want to categorize it. Okay, and that way there, it basically puts everything in perspective for me. Okay, so without getting too carried away, the three buckets are as follows. The first bucket are baits that have actually been in a bass's mouth. You've actually caught a bass on that particular bait. Now that could also include baits of similar manufacturer, similar design, obviously color, that kind of thing. So you have hard baits, soft baits, you have trailers, you have swim baits, worms, all of that, top water, whatever it may be. And I'll get into that a little bit more specifically with each type of bait that I'm going to talk about. The next bucket are baits that you've purchased and you haven't had the opportunity to run them through their paces. Okay, they look good, they feel good. You know people have caught fish on them. They look fantastic. They might have been recommended to you. You might have gone to an outdoor fishing show, like we have one coming up here in Boxborough here at the end of the month in January. You saw the bait, wow, that looks great, I'm going to try that. So you buy them. However you came upon these baits, they have not caught fish. Now you have to ask yourself, did they catch fish? I should say, did you fish them well? Did you fish them thoroughly? Did you fish them with the right rod, reel, line combination on the right lake at the right time of year? Did they match the cover that you were fishing? Did you fish them effectively? Okay, if you did and they haven't caught fish yet, but you're still thinking that they might, that's the second bucket. The first bucket that I started talking about, that's the easiest bucket of all to go through, to identify baits that have actually been in a fish's mouth, you've actually caught bass on. Okay, so that's the easy bucket. Those baits that are in question, that's the most difficult bucket you're going to find. The third bucket are baits that you've had them for a while. Like I just said, you ran them through their paces, you fished them, what you felt was thoroughly, effectively, and they just didn't get the job done. Okay, whether it be a hard bait, a spinnerbait, a top water, soft plastic, whatever it may be, it just didn't happen. Okay, that's your third bucket. Okay, now by the end of this video, you're going to be able to basically categorize your baits into those three buckets, and I'm going to have a follow-up video identifying more colors of those baits. Okay, so how to choose the right colors, primarily soft plastics, but we will get into some hard baits as well. So let's talk about these 3 buckets a little bit more. So in front of me here, before you, I have some baits that I have the utmost confidence in. Okay, so I have these baits, depending on the time of year, either always in my boat or always tied on. Okay, they've been in a bass's mouth. The hard baits in particular have literally hooked, landed multiple bass for me, whether I'm fun fishing, pre-fishing, practicing for a tournament, or actually in a tournament. There are baits, and there's a few of them on this table, that I only fish during a tournament. Okay, I have that much confidence in them. I know they work. Okay, I've caught multiple 3 to 6 pound bass on these baits, and it's not a question. When I pull them out, if they're matching the conditions that I'm fishing, there's no second guess. I'm not wondering if, oh, maybe I should try a different bait, maybe I should try a different color. That's the bait, okay, and I know it. Okay, so that's how you're gonna be able to get to when you go through this process. So as I said, I'm going through every single bait that I have in my possession right now, and I'm recategorizing baits, and they're gonna end up in one of those 3 buckets. Okay, so the first bucket, top water, I got a spook here, color that I love to throw, it's a Super Spook Junior. Just phenomenal bait, catches them like crazy. I got a prop bait here, a Bagley prop bait. I can't tell you how much confidence I have in that. Rebel Pop R, same thing, okay? It gets the job done. And I can go into more detail with top water, but just for the sake of the timing of this video, we'll kind of move on. So staying with top water, a toad, I have tremendous confidence in. Color, okay. Frog is, okay. Spinnerbait, ton of confidence in that bait right there. And again, in the follow-up video, then I'm gonna talk about the colors. We'll get into more of that in that video. Buzzbait, it's my own buzzbait. Tremendous amount of confidence in that. Catch a lot of big fish on it. Cover a lot of water. See what's going on. Soft plastics. I got a couple here that I throw just religiously. 2 different colors right here with these baits, and again to match different water clarity conditions. Again, we're going to get more into that in that follow-up video. Couple zoom trick worms, couple colors that I have a lot of confidence in. There's an 8-inch worm. This happens to be a Producto worm. Tremendous amount of confidence in. Kitech swim bait. We all know how great they are. Confidence color of mine right here. Jerk bait. Okay. Tremendous confidence in that. Some lipless crankbaits. A couple colors I really catch them on. And then, right down through these hard baits, these particular hard baits have actually been, as I've said, in a fish's mouth. Hooked fish in tournaments, won money, great picture fish. There's no question. They're in that bucket, okay? They're in that first bucket of baits that have actually been in a fish's mouth that I have total confidence in. From deep diver, medium divers, wiggle warts, getting down in medium, shallow, square bills, -1s, those baits, they don't have to prove themselves. They're in that first bucket. So that's the exercise. Now, any bait you come across, that are in these categories, okay, because not all crankbaits are created equal. So I still have a lot of confidence in a particular brand or style of crankbait in that color, and that manufacturer, and that size. They may not have been in a bass's mouth yet for whatever reason. If I haven't fished them yet, they're still in. They're on cue. They're still on deck, okay, to be fished, to be tried. So they're fun to kind of fall in between those 2 buckets. They haven't been in a bass's mouth, but I really have a lot of confidence in them. They'll stay in that second bucket on cue, if you will. Okay, so those baits, like I said, really ask yourself, you know, have I fished it thoroughly? Have I given it its due? If you have, they end up going into the third bucket, which is the bucket that just baits that have not proven themselves. They have not caught bass for you, and you have done everything you can to try to catch bass with them. Okay, so no matter what they are, soft plastics, you know, whatever style soft plastic they may be, that whatever color, it's in that bucket. Okay, hard baits, again, same thing. They're in that bucket. They just haven't got the job done. Those are the baits you need to get rid of. Okay, and I'm going to suggest a couple different things you do with them. Yeah, you could probably sell them on eBay or something like that. Maybe go to a flea market or whatever. The first suggestion I have is go to a high school team, you know, a youth team. All right, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. So you manage your tackle, carry less tackle. The tackle that you do carry is more effective, and that leads to putting more fish in the boat. All right, as always, I appreciate you watching, and please stay tuned for the follow-up video as far as what colors you're going to need and what colors are best to carry and use in the different situations that we come across. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like it, share it, follow it, and we'll see you out on the water.